Hi! So there's been a bunch of new things happening lately in my life, in me and Kyle's lives. I didn't want to do a video where I just sat here and talked about life updates, because it would be boring, right? Yeah, I think it would. I know. So instead, I'm going to play with some makeup stuff while I talk about my life updates. Lily is here, obviously, and we're back in the living room, and I have all my makeup stuff in front of me on the little table, so here we go. I don't know how other people with full bangs do this, but I like to push my bangs back while I do my first couple steps so that they're not in the way. I'm putting on my primer. This is a new primer. I should have shown it to you first, sorry. It's the No Problem primer, and it just came in my BoxyCharm. I used to get BoxyCharm every month, and I canceled my subscription because, I don't know, I decided if I was going to spend $22 a month on makeup, I'd rather pick it. And I definitely only spend $22 a month on makeup. Anyway, this box was really, it had a lot of stuff in it that I wanted and would have paid full price for. So this is the Touch and Soul No Problem Primer, smooth and blah, blah, blah. It's supposed to make your face look really good. I've only used this once before today, and I loved it. I thought it made my face look amazing, but I was also using my Bye Bye Pores It Cosmetics powder. Oh, that's actually better for me. Hey honey. Anyway, so today I want to try it just with the primer and one of my usual foundations and not use the powder and see what happens. Hey, pick one. All right, she clearly chose this one. All right, this is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation. I don't know why it's all of those things, but it's a really pretty foundation. It's my second favorite Revlon foundation. My first favorite is the Color Stay one for oily skin. That is just a beautiful, beautiful foundation on me. Alright, I decided that I didn't want to make you watch me put on my foundation because it's really not very interesting. And this isn't a foundation video, so... Oh no, where did it go? Alright, I said I would do some life updates. Here are some life updates. The first one, the big one for me, is that I have just, a few days ago, been offered a full-time job. It's actually the same job that I've been doing for, I guess 15 months now. It's the copy editing job. So, hopefully I'm allowed to talk about this yet. It's not I haven't signed papers for it yet or anything. I'm using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer for my contour. This is in light bronzer. Y'all, if you watch any kind of YouTube makeup videos, you are aware of this already. I have been aware of it for a while and had never actually tried it, and it is so nice. So I've been doing this editing gig basically between 25 and 35 hours a week for the last 6 or 7 months or so. And I really, really like it. I like the company, I like the people, and they seem to like me. Well, I guess they do like me because they just offered me this full-time job. They have never had a full-time copy editing position before, so I'll be the first one. So that's kind of exciting. As far as I understand, I'll basically be doing the same stuff that I'm already doing, which I really like, plus a few added responsibilities. I think I'm going to take some ownership of the style guide that we use, which is kind of cool. It's really cool. That's so powerful. It also means that I'm back to the healthcare life. Yay! Anyway, just really excited. I'm really excited about that. I know I've said on here that my thing has always been editing is a service that people need, and I'm good at it, and why won't anyone pay me to do it? And I just have had the incredible experience with this company of increasingly people are paying me to do it. Now it's going to be my full-time job. I have an annual salary and benefits and company retreats to go to. Honestly, it's a little mind-blowing. I'm really excited and a little confused. So that's happening. I use the Lorac Behind the Scenes primer because it's the best eyeshadow primer. It just is. It's really nice for my oily eyelids. It doesn't add any oil, and it keeps it all under control. It keeps everything from creasing. Eyeshadow lasts crazy on this. I've tried some drugstore primers because it's ridiculous to pay high-end money to me for the clear thing that goes on under your eyeshadow, but it's worth it. This is just better than the other stuff. Okay, eyebrows. My new favorite eyebrow thing is the Benefit Cosmetics Precisely My Brow Pencil. This is not new. Everyone else knew about this years ago. My longtime favorite. Hey! Ew! Little Alexis Rose moment for you. My go-to for years has been the Benefit Goof Proof Pencil, which I still really love. Bye! She's just laying by the door now. She didn't even go anywhere. She's so rude. This pencil, as the name implies, is just a little more precise than that one. I have been loving my eyebrows lately, honestly, even on their own. The last time I went to see my hairstylist, she put a little bit of my root dye in my eyebrows, and I was really scared about that, and it looks amazing. So what I do is I brush everything up to make sure that it's all like ready to behave like an eyebrow, and then I brush it back down. Use the pencil to go through and add, like, you can see these little sparse areas here, so I'll like add some in there. Really what I like to do though, the reason that I brush them down is so I can kind of give some outline to the top, like define the arches and everything, and then just kind of fill in from there, and then obviously I'll brush everything back up. So I think I'm good with the pencil. Just gonna brush everything back up. See how we're looking. It looks a little crazy right now. I should just go out like this. I like it. Moving on to eyeshadow. I'm gonna use my most recent love, which is the Norvina palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Well, she's kind of back. I really like it. I mean, it's beautiful. I got it because I was so into all these, like, I haven't used the brush, but I was so into all these like purples and golds and the rose gold. I just think it's gorgeous. I really like all the colors, and I've had a lot of fun with it. It does, again, as you know, if you've watched any YouTube makeup stuff, this formula is really, it's nice, it's great, it feels great, it blends well, but there's a lot of fallout, so it ends up like here a lot. I'm really not used to that because in my experience, Urban Decay eyeshadow doesn't do that almost at all for me, and that's mostly what I use. So it's been like a learning curve trying to use this palette, but it's really pretty, so I guess it's worth it. Okay, other life updates. Kyle has a new job. There's so much dog hair in here. He got a tutoring job at a local tutoring center. That's really exciting for him. He loves tutoring. He really likes the one-on-one interaction and getting to see students develop and all that good stuff. We both were tutors in college. I tutored not math. I tutored writing, ethos and pathos and logos and all that good stuff. Kyle tutored math, and now he's going to tutor math again. He's just starting sessions, and he's really enjoying it so far. I'm using a color called Base for my base. So he's really into that. He is doing that in addition to full-time teaching and part-time worship music leading. So he's real busy at the moment. All right, for my first crease shade, I'm going to use this color called Incense, which is this, like, I don't know, camel-y color. It's prettier than that, but I guess that's kind of what it is. So that's happening for Kyle. We are actually feeling pretty good about our lives at the moment, I have to say. So that's kind of exciting. Really cool job opportunities happening for both of us. My job becoming full-time is gonna be a really big deal at some future point, probably. Because it's fully remote, I basically can move anywhere. So we're always talking about what we want to do with our, like, married lives. And we don't think we want to stay where we're living right now for too long. I'm actually going to take the same crease brush and use the blue color because I am really into the blue color. I think it's fun. And I'm going to use it also in the crease, but just like on the outside half. Anyway, the point is we talk about moving. We talk about a couple of different places that we think that we could probably live. Philly was one of them. Pittsburgh is one of them. Occasionally we discuss Chicago. I don't think realistically we'd like living in Chicago. Y'all, baseball season is so soon. Technically it's now. Spring training is starting now, but like our fantasy league draft is coming up in a month or so. I'm so ready. I am so over it not being baseball season. This is such a pretty color. It's called Soul. But it's just like a blue gray, and I just think it's beautiful. I use it really, really often since I've gotten this palette. I wish you could see this side of my face looks completely crazy compared to this side because the light is all coming from here. I promise it's not that disparate. This has been a recent lifesaver for me. It's a Morphe brush. I don't know. Some kind of crease thing. I've been using this without any shadow on it just to like blend all of the shadows that I've already used together. It's a life changer. I have not traditionally done this. I'm honestly not like a huge blending. I'm not like super obsessed with it. It just like takes extra time and I'm not convinced it makes that much difference. But this has been really nice. Time for a lid shade. I don't know, what do we think? I've been using the purple so much. I did it literally yesterday. I want to use something else. I'm gonna go with summer. I'm gonna use this like bright dang gold. That one. And we'll just see what happens. I have no plan. So Kyle and I talk about moving. Basically, both of us would like to live in a city. We just like to do things. We like concerts. We like baseball games. And we live in a pretty decently sized town, but we're way out on the coast. And so a lot of things don't come through here because we're not really on the way to anything. So you have to drive over to like Durham or Charlotte to see stuff. I actually am driving over to the Chapel Hill area to see Jukebox the Ghost this week. I'm so excited. But you know, it'd be nice to not have to drive 2.5 hours to see a band in like a standing room only tiny club. We have standing room only tiny clubs. So anyways, we're just looking to move somewhere with a little bit more going on. And the point is that with my new job, we are completely free to do that at any point. So like if I was still working at the university, regardless of Kyle's new stuff, I would have to find new stuff too, or we would just have to move to a new place when one of us got a job and the other would just have to like hope for the best. And that's, you know, it happens. My parents just did that and it's fine. But this is just like really freeing and exciting. This is super pretty. I feel like I want something else happening, but I'm not sure what yet. I don't know if you can see what I mean about the fallout, but I've got like just chunks of that gold crap. Yeah, look at that. That's like ridiculous to me. I don't know. I just don't use other eyeshadow that does that. I'm going to try to use this brush to get rid of it. So that's our like adult married life news. In other news, the first book that I read in February was Tana French's The Witch Elm. Yeah. I love Tana French so much. She is an Irish detective novelist. She has a series of books called, I think they're called the Dublin Murder Squad series. So each book is a standalone mystery and it follows a different lead detective. But like the detectives you meet in the previous books show up in the new books and they're just incredible. They're like exactly my jam of character-driven murder mysteries. I love character-driven murder mysteries. She is so good at them. So I was really excited about this new book and it just isn't doing anything for me. I can't decide if I want like a little more color or if I just want some more dimension. I think I'm just going to go with dimension. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this volatile color, which is like a nice taupey color. And I'm just going to like stick it on the outside part of my lid and blend it up into the crease with that blue stuff. So I had saved The Witch Elm to read for like a time when I was between books or whatever and wanted something that I knew I was going to love because Tana French is one of those authors for me. She's the... It doesn't matter what she writes. If it's got her name on it, I will love it. Author. This book. I don't know what in the world she was thinking. I knew that it wasn't going to be a Dublin Murder Squad book. And that's fine. I mean, goodness gracious. Like, she wrote 6 Dublin Murder Squad books. And, like, I'm fine. You know, move on. You don't have to keep doing the same thing over and over again, obviously. Most of my favorite authors don't do the same thing for 2 books in a row. So, like, it's fine. But The Witch Elm would have been better if it was a Dublin Murder Squad book. And I don't understand why it wasn't. There was still a murder. There were still murder detectives crawling all over the place. And the family... Okay, I'm going back into the first 2 shades together, the brownie and the blue, to go back into the crease and just kind of put them back up there and blend them in with the new brown. So it had all the ingredients of the Dublin Murder Squad books, but instead it focused on a character who started out so interesting. He got attacked and didn't know what happened. These are very mild spoilers. This is like first 20 pages of the book information. So he gets attacked. and doesn't know why or like who did it or who would want to hurt him. And that's pretty interesting. And then he like moves into a house with his uncle, and then they find out about the murder, and it's like this decades old murder and stuff. Okay, my issue is that the character of the book who we follow around is so boring. I mean, oh my god. He's not a likable dude, and he's not unlikable in a fun or interesting way. He just is boring and not very smart. And so I just don't, and it turns, well, that would be a spoiler. I won't spoil it in case you want to read it and you might like it better than I do. But it was just so, I don't know. It was like, it could have been a murder mystery, and instead it was a family drama about an incredibly boring family. And that's not really fair. Some of the family members were really interesting. All of them were more interesting than the main guy who we were following the whole time. It was just like, I don't know. It was very disappointing. It was disappointing in ways that I just do not understand. I'm wrapping up this eye look. I think it's fine. It's not my favorite one that I've done with this palette, but maybe we'll put some purple on the lower lash line or something to make it more interesting. Got some more extra face dust to wipe off. This is just like crazy. This is why I didn't do my blush or highlight yet, by the way, because there's no point. There's no point in putting anything here until after I get all of this stuff cleared away. It's very annoying. Oh, I've watched some good TV lately. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take this dark purple drama and I'm going to put it under everything. I'm going to do lower lash line with it. I just think we need a little color. I'm actually going to touch it into the lighter purple too. We'll see what happens. So I've really enjoyed watching a show that like starts with a really interesting premise where something is going on and you don't know what it is, and neither does the main character who is experiencing it. And then things progress, characters make connections that are clearly very important. You learn a little bit more about what's happening. Then there's like some time travel that kind of makes sense, a little. And then at the end, you do get a resolution, but it wouldn't satisfy everyone who was there for the overall concept, and it doesn't really wrap up all the questions you had about the concept. But it turns out that doesn't really matter. The important thing about the show is that the characters had to connect. They had to be with each other. Am I talking about Lost or Russian Doll? Lost and Russian Doll are the same. I don't think that's a ridiculous statement to make, and I'm not going to back down from it. Anyway, I really enjoyed Russian Doll a lot. I am now done talking about Russian Doll, so if the spoilers were upsetting to you, I'm very sorry, but it's over now. I think that purple helped a lot. I'm just going to add a little bit. I'm just going to put a little bit of Dreamer in the inner corner. I'm not very exciting. I almost always put Dreamer in the inner corner when I do this, because it's like the light shimmer shade. I don't think I mentioned that I am doing all this, and all I'm doing today is going to my small group, which is like my church group. And I love them. I love them. Our small group's really cool. But you gotta make sure the eye look is popping for your church friends. I like that. Alright, I'm gonna do a little eyeliner. Other life news. I probably should have mentioned this sooner, but I recently turned in some chapters for the project that I mentioned that I was working on. This is a white NYX pencil, and I just like to put a little white. When I start using those dark colors especially, I like to do a little white down at the bottom just to brighten everything up, make you look a little more awake. So I was working on revision for the writing project, and I finished it and turned it in and was paid. So it's time to start talking about the summer vacation that we want to do. Our anniversary is in July, so we usually go on vacation around then. Oh, this is a gray Urban Decay pencil, and I honestly don't know if it really does anything. I just like to use it. It does. I think the gray adds a little bit of dimension. I don't know if you can tell in this lighting. Everything's not looking super good in this lighting, but I promise it's working. For eyeliner, surprise, I'm using the Clinique Easy Liner. So I've reached the end of my current obligation for the writing project. It is now in my partner's hands, and they are going to do the next steps without me. And then honestly, it's possible that nothing else is going to happen after this. I have officially fulfilled the first part of my contract. So basically I've done the artistic part of this writing stuff, and now someone else is going to take care of the business part, and from there something else may or may not happen. It all exists in a very murky place that doesn't really have anything to do with me right now, which I'm good with. I'm going to do blush. This is the Tarte blush, which is like the only blush that I use. I love the Tarte blush so much. This is Party, which is the little mini pink that you get for your birthday and stuff. I think it's super, super pretty. I've been watching, I don't know if you guys watch like makeup YouTube. I've been watching a lot of Emily Noel lately. I think that she's super cute, and she brings her blush up really high for sort of like a really rosy, appley look, and I like that on her. I think it's super pretty, so I've been trying it lately. This is a new highlighter from Pretty Vulgar. I have a new highlight palette coming to me that I'm really excited about trying, and I like don't know when it's gonna get here. The shipping has been crazy. Whatever, it's fine. I don't know. Honestly, I've yet to meet a highlight that really impresses me. I'm hoping the one that's coming in the mail soon will do that, but this isn't it. It's fine. I forgot to bring mascara out here, so I went back and got it. This is my It Cosmetics Superhero. I just bought the mini of this mascara because I really hate committing to full-size expensive mascaras if I don't know if I'm gonna like it. I do like this. I actually bought it because my mother-in-law wore it when she came to visit us at New Year's, and it looked so good on her. She has really good eyelashes anyway, but I mean, I could tell. I was like, what are you wearing, and where can I get it? And it was this. So this is another, like, not new. Everyone else has already been wearing it for 100 years mascara, but it's new to me. All right, do you see the difference in my eyes? And this is even the one that, like, the light's good on. I mean, lordy. I love this stuff. Oh, so I wanted to tell you guys, I'm not doing a February favorite stuff because I don't know. There wasn't that much going on in February. It was a short month. I read 4 books and 2 of them were disappointing. I only have been rewatching Lost, which you know I love, and I watched Russian Doll, which everyone loves, so I don't know, there's just not much to talk about there. But I did want to say that I've been using a new cleanser that is amazing. It's the Soap and Glory. I don't know. I'll pop up a picture of it for you. It's really, really nice. It's a foaming cleanser. I've been using it every morning in the shower, and it feels like it's working, you know? It's one of those cleansers that you put on your face, and immediately, you're like, oh, I'm cleaning my face. It's just like such a productive feeling cleanser. I love it. And it has been making my face look clearer. I'm not going to dunk the brush back in. I'm just going to go back over on both sides, just to catch any clumping. This is such a cool mascara. I just think it's really pretty. I haven't experienced it smudging on me on my under eye. So that's, I don't know, I just like it a lot. Back to the eyeshadow, I'm gonna add a little bit of that Dreamer color that I have in my inner corner, just up under the eyebrow, just to like add a little, you know, just to like emphasize the arch a little bit, so I can go like, and you'll really see it. And then lastly, I am going to use a little bit of a brow gel. This is the Benefit Gimme Brow. It just adds that little extra something. I think the gel actually makes them look a little bit more natural. And just a little, yeah, there's just like a little something different about it. I just think it's so nice. Just a nice finishing touch. So I almost forgot lipstick. This is the Anastasia. This is the matte lipstick from them in Dead Roses. I almost bought this full price in a recent Ulta order and decided I didn't need it that bad. And then I went to TJ Maxx where I got this shirt and a couple other shirts, a jacket I really like, and shopped for makeup there for the first time ever and found this. It was the only ABH lipstick that I found there. What are the odds? The exact one that I was going to buy. So I've never worn it yet. I'm going to try it today. My lips are not in great shape, so it's probably a bad idea, but whatever. Wow. All right. Well, I'm going to cut out like every moment of me trying to put this lipstick on. It did not go well. I don't know. I should have tried to put on chapstick or something before this video. But there it is. It's real pretty. I'm gonna have to keep working on it to see if I can get it to actually work for my lips. Wow, I actually like can't believe how hard this is to put on. I don't know, you guys. I wear matte lipstick sometimes. This is like unusually difficult to me. Well, I'm glad I didn't pay full price for it. It is a beautiful color. I actually was interested in it because I thought it would look nice with a lot of the Norvina shadows. And it does. Yay. Alright, so this is the finished look. I like it. I'm gonna do something else with my hair later. I might curl it. I don't know. But I think that everything looks pretty nice. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time.